I just realized I hadn't tested my mic yet. Woo, it works. Hello. Hi. We are going to try this in the dark because it's supposed to be spooky time. And I don't think this game's going to be that scary, but I still want to get the vibes going since it's our first spooky game of the season. I've lost my controller there for a second. So tonight we are playing a Mortician's Tale, which I've not played before. Ooh, can I not use this? Does it not use remotes? Oh dear, alright. I might not be able to use my remote for this. Also, how dare it change camera size? Wait a second. Oh, did I not save that? Hang on. I was making it smaller so I could actually see, because if I can't see my screen, then I can't tell if there's an error or something. So I've not played this one before. I've only seen pictures of it. It looks sad. It's pretty much the vibe. September 14th, 10:15 a.m. I might not need this. Oh yeah, I think I fixed my chat issue finally. Yeah, it fades now, so it doesn't stay up there forever, which was becoming an issue. All right, we are in a room. I put on my striped shirt because I saw her in a striped shirt. Hello, and welcome to our new funeral director, from Matthew, Jeffrey to Charlie. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name is Matthew. My name is Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you and helps with some of the more heavy lifting. Ever hear that joke about a hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy is a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers and good luck, Matthew J. And then from Amy. Hello, everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our new funeral director, Charlotte. This is also the Halloween setup. I totally forgot to mention. Look, I've made Halloween signs. There's Bunny as a slasher villain. That was made by Huggo Muggo right here. This is art by Huggo Muggo. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our new funeral director, Charlotte, or Charlie, as she told me she likes to be referred to. Charlie is a recent graduate who came highly recommended and is eager to begin her career here with us at Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Please take the time to make Charlie feel at home within our little family. We'll have a nice catered lunch this afternoon so we can all get to know each other a little bit better. Sincerely, Amy Rose, founder and director, Rose and Daughter Funerals. Oh man, I got so many emails. I'm so popular. I just got here, and there's another tab up here. All right, from Amy. Hello, Charlie. Well, you're new here, so it's probably best I explain where everything is. In your office preparation room, you'll find your cremation station, cremulator station, embalming station, and obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk and computer. I know you have experience working with these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. Best, Amy Rose. Jen Love. All right. Who sends an email this early? Huh, I guess my subject line, oh, good luck, you beautiful and smart babe, you. That's a missed opportunity. Why isn't... Oh, it is there. Okay. I guess my subject line to you should start being more professional now that we are business professionals. I can't wait to get your reply so I can see your fancy new email signature. I love that you were able to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. I didn't even know mom and pop funeral homes were a thing until now. Guess it's just not something I really think that much about. I should look more into this, learn more about your world and industry because, as I said, you are now a very serious professional. Speaking of being a professionalism, my museum gig is amazing. I can't believe somebody paid me to move to London and not London on serial killer capital of Canada to work in a museum. I'm assume that's Ontario. I see. Like, take that, everyone who said I couldn't get a job with an art history degree. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. My stories require you to see my face and that you hear my excitement. British accent impersonation. Also, I signed up for not where you're from, sleazy. Also, I signed you up for a funeral monthly newsletter. Consider it your graduation gift. I love you. Am super proud of your gift. Love, 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 love. J.L. Hart, Museum Curator, London Pathology Museum. Today's task. Ooh, I get a reply. Okay. Hello, Charlie. Hope you're settling in okay so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. He said you were really friendly and he's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. You'll be used to his sense of humor. Your first body is Mrs. Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family has asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. The family seems a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things a bit easier if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Mrs. Garcia, I do think it's important to take the time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Mrs. Garcia in the prep room. Talk soon, Amy Rose. Special request for my mother's funeral. Oh, this is a lot. Wait, what happened here? I see. Should I start? We should start at the bottom. I see. Dear Amy, we're happy to be with Rose and daughters for my mother's funeral. We understand that there are usually procedures that must be followed in these situations, but if you could kindly not embalm my mother, that would be greatly appreciated, and we will proceed with a closed casket for the service. I just know she wouldn't have wanted her death to have any negative impact on the environment, and since she fought so hard to beat her heart disease and to live healthier, it would be a shame to have her final moments be counter to the way she lived. Thank you for anything you can do to help in this matter. Best, Mia. Dear gracious. Maybe it's the font that's like making my eyes see through this. Of course, we will happily oblige your request, no embalming, and for a closed casket. I'm sure our funeral director receives your request. Alright, so now I can reply to this one. Oh, whoops, did I skip? No, hang on, I wasn't done. I'm not done. Oh, it's the logo. To subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. Each month we bring you a newsletter featuring the topic pertaining to the death industry. This month is all about good etiquette for attending a funeral. I really can't believe we have to write this one out, but since we said we'll answer your most popular questions, here we are, because this is definitely one of the most popular questions. Funerals are a hard time, and we understand that, but here are some quick and easy rules to remember for being respectful at a funeral. Generally following the guidelines of don't be a jerk should work. Number 1, don't be on your cell phones. I'm not going to go into all of this. Number 2, don't be loud and obnoxious. Number 3, don't get drunk. Number 4, happily reminisce. Number 5, give condolences. Number 6, dress appropriately. And number 8, give a gift or sign the registration book. Hey, look. Oh, now I know how much it costs to have a funeral. How nice. I have had let's see. Rose and Daughters Funeral Home was founded by my grandparents back in 1956. The Rose family was proudly served the area since then, providing personal, affordable funeral services for all. I'm proud to have carried on the family business for the last 36 years. Prices: burial with open casket ceremony and reception, $5,985. With closed casket ceremony and reception, $4,275. Cremation with ceremony, $1,700. It's cheap. I'll do that. Direct cremation with no ceremony or reception, 600, all inclusive. Direct burial with no cremation, 1905. Good to know. All right. Oh my. All right, give me 1 second before we prep this, since I have a runny nose right now. I'll be right back. Whew. Okay. Oh yeah, I moved the scary cam up. I was a little worried about that just now. Okay. All right, this is the prep room where you will prepare bodies for burials and viewings. Because this family has requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, you are just going to clean the body. Click on the sponge and drag it over the body to clean it. Very dirty body. Did it. That's it. You're done. Miss Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of dressing and putting her in a casket. It's time to go, Mrs. Garcia's to Miss Garcia's funeral. You are responsible for taking care of the deceased body, but it is also important to pay your respects to their loved ones. Is it? Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. Okay. Ooh, the hot coffee over here. Look at me. Interesting. Did I mention I'm addicted to media? Anyways. Funeral is really fast. Usually the body's prepped for a couple days. Oh goodness. Okay. She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. Yeah, at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. That's... yeah, I guess. Okay. We usually don't small talk a lot at these things. At least that's what I was always taught. I see. Should I just talk to the dead then? Can I go now? Yeah, I heard the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? Seems strange to be using chemicals that is known to cause cancer and putting it into the ground like that. Or into the sewer. That's what they must do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain. At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Stop it. Don't make me laugh right now. Mommy, I'm hungry. When can we go? I hate wearing pantyhose. My legs are so itchy, but it's always so cold in these funeral homes. I think I might actually miss those sweaters she used to knit for me now. Should I have signed the book? I didn't sign the book. Didn't I have a choice? October 11th, 10:09. I have emails. Look at me over here cleaning. So my job started September. It's been like a month now. Alright, let's see. Let's start down here at the very bottom. We all know everyone wants to be respectful at funerals. Don't talk too loudly, be kind, smile, and refrain from making inappropriate jokes, at least around the grieving family. Hey, sometimes some people do need a little bit of a pick-me-up during such an event. And a big part of that is knowing what to wear. Roman Catholic funerals tend to lean more to the formal black attire rule, and it works for us. Do you know this goes back to the days of the Roman Empire where people would wear black as a symbol for mourning? Black isn't universally the symbol for mourning, though, and if you're attending a funeral that is from a culture that is not your own, it's important to understand this. Some colors have different meanings, and despite your best intentions, the wrong choice could mean accidental offense. For example, in Hinduism and in Chinese culture, white is the typical color for funerals. For Islam, though, it is less about the color you are wearing and more about how modestly you are dressed. Refrain from wearing any elaborate jewelry and be respectful of your behavior. Just goes on. Actually, being respectful is just the number one rule at a funeral. Actually, there's not like a re on here. Hey there, Charlie. I was driving around the other day, taking our client on their last trip around town, and I was thinking, strange, I know. Do I ever tell you the first time I went to a funeral? I was a teenager about to start university, and a friend of mine was killed in a car accident, totally out of the blue. Really tragic stuff. Messed me and my friends up real good. But so the big day, we all got into our best suits and dresses and packed ourselves into a few cars. There were a lot of us. We had at least 3 different cars full of us, like clown cars, While we're in the procession going to the cemetery, somebody in our car got a phone call from a friend in a different car. Turns out some asshat driver who doesn't know to not get in the way of procession drove through the intersection and smashed straight into our friend's car. Nobody was hurt, thank God, but can you imagine getting that call? Anyways, one of my friends in the same car as me, the one who got the phone call, hung up and started laughing. Just laughing her ass off in that way that makes you not so sure if they're really just crying or if they're going fully off the deep end. And she laughed. As she laughed, she started giggling because, like, go figure, life's messed up or something, There's no moral, no point of that story, I guess. I just remember that story and wanted to tell you because we work with death all the time. I still sometimes get caught off guard by what that actually means. Before you get any ideas, this has nothing to do with why I became a funeral director. The decision came totally later and nothing remarkable. Somebody has to do it and I have a strong stomach, so why not? I'll see you in a bit, Charlie. All right. Please pass along our deepest thanks to you and the staff for your wonderful job they did with my mother's funeral. It was really lovely. Our family is so rarely gets together. It was nice seeing everyone come out for such a beautiful service. My son never gets to see his family. Also, it was incredibly kind of you to let us bring our own food in, getting to share home-cooked meals, sharing stories, being together. It meant a lot. So what I'm saying is it was nice for everyone to be there like that, together in that way. And you know how much of that was due to the work of your staff, especially your funeral director. Thank you for making this difficult time easier. The best, Mia. Just passing this message along. Thanks for your hard work, Charlie. All right, next job. We're going to read this one after we read our email from our friend. We're going to start at the older one. Right? Yeah. 5444. Can I rant for just a second? I'm so tired of hearing strangers, colleagues, anybody, male colleagues, get on my case for wearing corsets. I wear them under my blazer and over a nice blouse, so it's not like I'm dressing inappropriately, even though dress codes are such sexist BS anyways. And I hate how their misogyny gets veiled in false concern. Jen, I'm just worried you'll damage your body. You know what corsets do to a liver? Corsets don't do anything to livers. They're definitely not hurting me as much as your condescension is hurting my head. Sorry. I'm out of sorts right now. I'll send you another email in a little bit when I've cooled off a bit. Okay, so let me explain this a little bit more. A colleague and I were discussing the tight lacer's liver specimen we have here in the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907. The liver is tapered inward from what the doctor leading the autopsy believes was too tight lacing of her corset. It's fascinating because it's kind of controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular, and while some associated it with fainting or hysteria, it's actually been associated with viscerotopus, which is when the organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen, right? Which is super unsettling, but can also be caused by being pregnant. So, TLDR, corsets probably mess up some bones, but likely don't do this kind of internal organ damage. And I'm tired of the condescension about my wardrobe that's also implied. That implies that I don't know what I'm doing. These are the kinds of things I specifically research, and yet I am treated like I know nothing about. I'm having a day, Charlie. Jen L. So I know a bit about corsets. Technically, the tight corsets are very uncommon, actually. It was almost viewed as strange and unusual even back in the day. So it wasn't very common, and most corsets aren't that tight at all. All right, Amy Rose, next job. Does it have any other notes on here? Did my things go up in price? No? Funeral home's the same? Open a new window? No? Okay. All right. Here are the instructions for your next body. You did a remarkable job on your first one. The family was very happy with you. No small feat, of course. Pleasing a grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable of jobs. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duval. An elderly man, died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter, Lizzie Duval, if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, don't hesitate to ask any questions. P.S. Charlie dear, please remember to wear proper embalming gear. Formaldehyde is extremely dangerous. I know I don't need to tell you, but my maternal instincts are so hard to ignore. I promise I won't mother you too much. Well, just a little ask. Ask Matthew. He knows. All right, I'll get right on it. Ooh, look at me. Ooh, I can click on other things in here. Does anything happen? No. Oh, it has a little glove now. Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Let's start by cleaning the body. I can do that. I have all the strength. Look at this. Look at me. Look at me go. I did it. Click the razor. Oh, we're shaving people? Okay. In order to break rigor mortis, you'll have to massage the body. Click and drag over the body to massage it. What? Eye caps. Ooh, eye caps. Oh. Interesting. The eyeballs deflate once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag the eye caps to each socket. To keep the eyes shut, you'll need to glue them. Right. This is like the Mortician's assistants. Is that it? Except cuter. The mouth sags and hollows once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag the cotton balls to give it shape. Suture. You got it. Drag the lotion to moisturize it. This prevents the skin from drying out. Gotta worry about stuff like this all the time. Okay, embalming involves removing blood and replacing it with preservative chemicals. Click and drag the scalpel. You're gonna need a tube for draining the blood. Click the tube and drag it to the neck. Wouldn't you use that first? Drag. I'm sorry, what? Now you'll need to connect the embalming machine to the grab some additional tubing. Alright. What am I doing? Grab some additional tubing and drag it. I guess that counts. Click the button on the embalming machine to turn it on. In order to evenly distribute the chemicals, you'll have to massage them through the body. That's not disturbing at all. Okay. Massage the bad blood for the good blood. You got it. Look at me. Small town. Like, there's only like one dead body every 2 months. How many people are here? A lot more massaging than I thought. Sew it up. You got it. Now you'll need to drain the organs of the remaining fluids. Click the trocar and click the hold the abdomen to let it drain. You got it. Wasn't done. Wasn't done draining. My apologies. Interesting. That's a lot. Okay, and you're done. Mike will take care of Mr. Duvall's makeup as well as dressing and putting him in a casket. It's time to attend the funeral. Interesting. Oh, it's an open casket this time. I see. Can I sign the guest book? Did I mess up last time? No. Came out of nowhere. I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah, 1 minute you're laughing, having fun, and then the next, poof, the person's gone, just like that, gone. Yeah, it's weird to think about it too long. Like staring at the sun, I start to feel all fuzzy when I think about it. So weird how our bodies just stop working like that. Yeah. So strange not seeing most people wearing white. White? Yeah, I think it's different from different family members. I can't remember. I haven't gone to many traditional funerals, so mostly white, but like definitely not red no matter what. Why aren't you wearing white? You want a game console over there, buddy? He is. He always wanted to take his grandkids to the park, play catch. He loved playing catch. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. Get it? Because he died. Alright. Perfect. Do I have to talk to these people? Can I skip it? Just curious. December 2nd, so it's another like month later. Alright, me over cleaning. Ooh, do I get a... For a second, I thought it said emergency, like zombies. LGBTQ funeral respects. It's been a long time. I've been a long time subscriber to our emails. If you're a long time, or follow us on social media, you'll no doubt hear about the misgendering that transgender people are at times subjected to during their funerals. There has been notable situations where trans women have had their wishes overruled by their families and have had their hair cut and buried under the wrong name and subjected to the wrong pronouns in their obituary announcements. We care a lot about this because we believe in treating every person with the same level of compassion, respect, and care. And this absolutely extends to pronouns and respecting the deceased wishes as per their lived experiences. The CDC's Funeral Director's Handbook on Death, Registration, and Fetal Death Reportings offers the fraught directive. Enter male or female based on observation. Do not abbreviate or use other symbols. If sex cannot be determined after verification with medical records, inspection of the body, or other sources, enter unknown. Do not leave this item blank. Leaves it up to observation, obviously entering into a world of issues since bodies can be so different, and because our ingrained biases, people can draw incorrect assumptions based on their own inaccurate observations. California has passed what is known as the Respect After Death Act, which states that the death certificate must reflect the deceased gender identity as they lived. So a step in the right direction. People who are trans deserve the same respect in death that people who are cisgendered receive. Misgendering in death takes away their respect. It can also inflict hurt and trauma on spouses and friends that survive the deceased. So what can we do as funeral directors? Listen to the people who come into our office. In America, especially, some marriages may not be recognized as legal depending on the laws around same-sex marriages. But this does not mean you're not dealing with two people who have loved each other in the same way as another couple. Listen and learn, and always be respectful. While you have to work with the next of kin, your duty is also to ensure the deceased receives the utmost respect in their burial. If a funeral is to honor the deceased, then do that, honor them. Boop. Hi, Matthew. This is embarrassing, but it seems I miscalculated some of our income and don't have enough to pay you this week. Would you be terribly inconvenient if I cut you a check for next week instead? If you need the money urgently, please let me know. I feel terrible about this whole thing, and I can't cut you a check from my personal account if need be. I am so sorry about this. I assure you it won't happen again. Take care. I don't like the look of this, not one bit. I know you've only been with us for a few months, but maybe you're aware of the trouble Amy has been having. A small mom and pop shop like Rose and Daughter can't compete with bigger guys. Anyways, don't tell Amy I sent this to you. And also, I'm starving. So I'm going to grab some fast food before taking the hearse around through the car wash. 2 birds, 1 stone, and swing back to the home. Do you want anything? A beef and cheddar? You knew. I'm going to take the hearse through the drive-thru, of course. It freaks people out. I love it. They get so awkward. Let me know. I'll heading there in 15 minutes. All right, making sure to send 2 messages. Charlie, I was doing some reading. I know you hate when I try to give you dating advice, but hear me out. There's this dating site that's specific for people working in the death industry. Okay, so maybe I'm a little worried for you. You haven't mentioned anybody since the breakup of 2014 that we will never speak of again after this moment, but you're always saying how tired you get of people being scared to ask about your day, so maybe meeting somebody in the industry isn't the worst idea. Just promise me you'll consider it, okay? It's harder for me to make sure you're seeing sunlight when I'm all the way across the ocean. I know you look like a babe with pale skin and witchy gothy aesthetics and super hot right now, but vitamin D is still a good thing. It's fair. Mom rant over. I'm going to try it out because turns out people get super scared off when you tell them you work in a museum filled with dead bodies. Do you know how not interesting other people find teratomas? Charlie, I didn't know we were this weird to outside people. I've been spoiled by having a best friend who is as much a weirdo as I am. Miss you. Let's grab a bottle of wine for our next Skype date. PSI, if you sign up for Dead Meat, isn't that the best name for a death industry dating website? Tinder rules apply. You have to like me if you come across my profile or whatever. I'm not sure how it works just yet. Love. Jen. Amy, thank you for the wonderful evening you and your staff put together for my father's funeral. He wasn't always an easy man to get along with, but I'm so glad to have seen him off in such a way. Thank you. Passing on the love. Thank you. All right, today's funeral is for a woman who died from breast cancer. Nothing fancy, just a standard ceremony. Please don't hesitate to ask if you have any questions. Best, Amy. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Is this one going to be a cremation this time? Before we cremate Mrs. Hall, we'll need to prepare her body. Mrs. Hall family brought clothing and jewelry for her to wear. It's important to remove these before the cremation process as to not damage them. Let's start by removing Mrs. Hall's necklace. We need to be able to identify Mrs. Hall remains after she's been cremated. Click and drag the round identification tab to place it on the coffin. How? In. Great, Mrs. Hall is all set to be cremated now. Emergency. Is this zombies? This is what it feels like. I know it's not, but it feels like zombies. Ah. This is the cremator. Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't turn bodies into ash so much as bone fragments. Using the cremator will break these bone fragments down into ash-like remains. Let's start by placing the urn in the cremator. drag the bone fragments. Oh, dear gracious. Now all that the bones have been processed, they can drag the urn back to the counter. Make sure that her necklace is... Put Mrs. Hall necklace back in the urn. Click it. Okay. Don't forget the tag. All done. Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it along with flowers. Interesting. I feel like maybe the tag should be on the outside, but who am I? Can I sign the guest book? No. This is nice in a weird way. She'd like that we're all here talking. She always tried to keep the family together. The food is delicious. I know that's weird, but this crab cake is perfect. Okay. Glad she was cremated and not in like an open casket or something sooner like that. I don't know if I could handle it. At least we all had a chance to say goodbye. She would have liked that. She fought really hard. She was proud of herself. She never gave up. She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She would have wanted us smiling. February 14th. Wow. It's been a while. Not cleaning today, I see. Keep on protecting Earth with green burials. Natural cemeteries are becoming more popular as a focus of few rules. Mainly, it's the bodies aren't allowed to be embalmed. A natural burial is just over $1,000, so better for the people in the environment, but really, why go green? Green burials help preserve natural resources and work to reduce carbon emissions, protect the healthy of those prepared bodies, and restores. I felt something jump on my thing. That was weird. Charlie, a challenger, approaches. I've been playing a new game when things are slow at work. It's called Tales from the Crypt Sweeper. Get it? Get it? It's like Minesweeper, but way harder. Like, seriously, it's really, really difficult. And I thought my Minesweeper game was on point after working that overnight front desk job at the hotel for 3 years, but I must have gotten rusty. Anyways, instead of mines, you want to avoid graves so you don't disturb the adorable ghost. The main character also kind of looks like you. Want to start a healthy competition? High scores. Get to pick the restaurant we go to when one of us is in town next. Love, Jen. I know this email might be a bit odd, but you said if I was ever having trouble. Is this the game? No, it can't be, right? Something weird happening? Am I haunted? I don't know. I feel like I felt like 2 jumpy jumps. Alright, I know this email might be odd, but you said if I ever have trouble, I should reach out and you would know somebody. I could talk to you about this. I don't know what to do. I know my grandmother had lived a full, good life and was very happy, and that she's not in any pain, but I still feel empty, Amy. I've never felt this empty before. What am I supposed to do now? I thought that I was stronger than this. Can you refer me to someone to talk to? I don't want to freak out my mom right now. She's dealing with enough, with work and the will, and trying to just be the best mom she can. I just need somebody to tell me that it'll be okay. Thank you. Sorry for the inconvenience, Ryan. Was this the little boy that was on his phone? I thought I would forward this to you. In situations like this, we typically connect with people like Ryan, with a grief counselor, or other professionals who can really help him. Sometimes we get emails like this when people don't know where else to go. It's difficult, and families aren't always the most reliable for some people. Usually, I would be happy to connect him, but I'm feeling a little tired today, not my usual self, and it would be good for you to start building these kind of relationships on your own. You're a treasure, Charlie. Amy. This one says pacemaker, so we're going to skip that one because that seems like it's the next step. Hi, Amy. I'm so internally grateful that you were able to accommodate our request for my sister's funeral. It was a beautiful service, and she would have been happy with it. This is a weird thing to say, isn't it? Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Charlie, I thought you'd like to see this note. News about the future of Rose and Donald's funeral home. Oh dear, this is a long email. It is with a very heavy heart that I write to let you all know that Rose and Daughters will no longer be in business. I had no idea how to start this email, and resources I Googled told me that would be the best and easiest way to break the ice. Be direct, be remorseful, Google said. The truth is, I don't really know what to say. Since my father passed away, I've done my best to make Rose and Daughters warm and friendly to everyone who chooses to use our services. It was my memorial to him, the original Rose, in a lot of ways, and we've all become like family, including you, Charlie, our most recent addition. But it's been getting harder to make ends meet. Rent is going up in the neighborhood, and I'm finding less and less like I have the energy for this business. There's a lot of competition from other funeral homes, larger corporations, that we can take on more businesses and offer more impressive services. You know the way it goes. So we've been bought, or I sold. Either way, soon, Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc., a company that owns many funeral homes in the city and across the country, will replace Rose and Daughters starting from the beginning of next month. Same building, same name. They're keeping the name Rose and Daughters Funeral Home for tax purposes, though honestly I'm trying hard not to just see it as a move on their part to keep up the image that it's a family-ran business. I don't know how I feel about that, but I also don't know if there's anything I can do at this point either. I've signed the papers. At least my father's legacy is still intact somewhat. They have a good reputation and have agreed to keep you all on. That was one of my stipulations. I would sell as long as you weren't without a job. Sorry I didn't tell you in a more personal way. I would have loved to have a company lunch, but I admittedly don't have the heart to tell you in person. This was easier for me. Please understand. Sincerely, Amy Rose. All right. Hi, Amy. You asked if there was any special instructions we wanted to pass along. Just please cremate my father. He has a pacemaker too. The doctor told me that would need to be removed. Thanks, Mariana. Please see the note below about the pacemaker. They can be tricky. Best. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Left click is dig. Right click is flag. Darn. Oh. I don't understand. I need to understand more. What does that mean? Okay, this must mean there's two. Okay, so that means there's two, which means that one's good. That must mean there's two, so that means that one's good. Two, so that means four. Right? Yeah, because there's four here. That one must mean there's three, which means these two are clear. That means there's three, so that means this one's clear. Okay. Oh, this is hard. I wish I just had the numbers. Okay, like having to look down to see what the numbers mean. All right, let's see. Can I win this? I used to play Minesweeper a lot. stars. This is hard. It's harder because I have to like remember what the numbers are. I need more clues. Can I complete this one minesweeper? Okay, this means 2, and there is 2 right here. Oh no, I'm getting out of spaces. Okay, this means there's 2. That means there's 2. That means there's 2. That means there's 3. And that means one of these has another one at it. There's only 1 in these 3. Tricky. Tricky. Okay. Let's head back to this side. There's only 1 over here. Okay, this one means there's 2, which means it has to be this one. And this one means there's 3, so it has to be this one. This one means 2, so that means 1 has to be good. Oh dear. Okay. This means 2, which means that's clear. This one means 3, right? 3. Ooh, okay. Let's see. So that's 3. There's already 2 here. There's only 1 more here. Typically, there's 2 different flags you can do. Like one is this is for sure, and then there's another one that's like this is maybe. But I don't know if that one has a maybe option. Oh dear, I feel like I'm gonna die soon in this game. Let's see. Tree. 2. I feel like this one has to be here only because this one is 2 and this one is 2, which means it can't be this one. Okay, I was right. Right, yeah, okay. And so this one already has 2. There's 4. Oh, goodness. Oh, dear. Okay, that means there's 4. Right? No, that's 3. Okay, that's 3. Just kidding. This one means there's 4. Okay, there's 4 in this span. Ooh, this is tough. Played so much Minesweeper. Have I gotten better at this in my old age? Okay, so this means there's only 2. It could be either or here. This one means there's 2. Aw, man, I made a guess and I was wrong. All right, we're done. Oh goodness, so many ghosties right here. The problem is you need to clear out areas like this a few spots. I needed another one. Do I have another email? Did I miss one? Oh, that was you right here. Sounds good. All right, let's go do this and not get distracted with Minesweeper. Mr. Reyes came directly from the hospital, so we don't have to worry about removing any valuables from him, as the family did not provide any for us to include. However, Mr. Reyes has a pacemaker that we will need to remove before cremating. Because pacemakers are batteries, they will explode inside hot heat of the cremation machine, and we definitely don't want that. Let's start by removing Mr. Reyes' pacemaker. Wrong. You can see the pacemaker. Click the forceps. Yeah, I did it. Oh, I see how to drag. Place the forceps away, then Place the round identification cap. And here, you got it. Boop, did it. Cremation begins. This is not much like a... Say bye to Mr. Reyes. Over here. I got this. I don't need your instructions. I know what to do. All the bones up here, but they wobble. Boom. Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor. Boom. I could cremate all day. Is this gonna continue after the Mrs. Rose is gone? Oh no, people look sad. I wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me, but I don't know. He never seemed like he really cared if I was there or not. Why are you here? Did you ever end up clearing the air with your father? No, we talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a difficult man. He was stubborn. That's just it, stubborn. What do you want to do after this? It's pretty nice out. Let's change and go find a patio somewhere. Sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you that time we tailgated? I always told him to quit smoking, but of course he never listened to me, so that figures. All right. Back to my cave, my dungeon. February 28th, 10:35. Oh, there's a little, you can't see it because it's right here. No, you can't see it. You can't. So I'm trying to, right here, there's a little skull that loads. All right, let's go. Things to avoid saying at a funeral. At least they're no longer suffering. Were they saved? They're with the angels now. See above. No religious statements. Let me know how I can help. This one's tricky. You want to help, but those in mourning won't always ask for help. I'm free if you need someone to babysit the kids. Actions are better than passive statements. I know how you feel. For a quick version of this list, you can be applied in the situation. Don't say stuff just for the sake of saying it. Just say, I'm sorry if you don't know what else to say. Jen loves mushrooms. You hate mushrooms so much, I found the perfect thing for you. Did I say Jen? Oh no. Weird. I swear I said Jen hate. Okay. I've been thinking about death. I know, shocker. Like, what you've done. Look what you've done to me. I think I want this mushroom suit. No, it's not called that. But I can't remember the name of it. And I'm writing you on my phone, so I don't feel like Googling it right now. Anyways, the idea is just that it's a biodegradable suit that the deceased wears. It's made with what the people call a biomix, i.e. mushrooms and other microorganisms that help to decompose bodies, neutralize toxins in the bodies, and provide nutrition to the soil for plants. I think this one company even offers casket liners for use in green caskets. I think this is what I want. It'll be just like Hannibal. Wait, don't tell people I said that, okay? Like, seriously, it's pretty cool. I love that death is innovations happening. We might as well do something when you're in the ground, you know? Love you. Think about it and let me know your thoughts. I want all of your thoughts. If it's not this, then maybe I'll have my ashes made into jewelry. But seriously, I'm probably going to do this. There's no harm in planning ahead. Am I right? All right. Just wanted to thank you for the services for the other month, and apologies if I was abrupt. It was kind of a shock for me, and I didn't feel comfortable with the whole process. He wasn't supposed to die yet. It hasn't been easy. Thought I'd pass this along. Oh. Good day, Mrs. Rose. Disregard our son's will as it concerns matters of his burial. He was clearly not thinking right and he didn't know what he really wanted. Proceed with an open casket funeral. As for payment, we'll bring a check. I was hoping you wouldn't have to confront the situation yet. Anyways, there's never easy. Rose and daughters have been asked to prepare the body of a young man who took his own life. He had a will prepared and asked for cremation, but the family has demanded a traditional burial instead. Unfortunately, he didn't make anyone his power of attorney or didn't have any witnesses sign his living will or his advanced directive regarding the wishes to his family is legally in the right to whatever they want with his body. It's unfortunate, but we have to do as the family wishes. Matthew has graciously offered to take this on if you are uncomfortable with the subject. Instead, we have a second body you can prepare for a funeral we're hosting later in this afternoon. Charlie, is this suicide something you're comfortable dealing with? So, no, I'm not comfortable because I would never go against someone's actual wishes. Deceased family has asked for an open casket funeral. Let's start by cleaning the body. Clean Mrs. Rosie's body. Unless it would let me accidentally. Is that not? Maybe I shouldn't be a funeral person. You're right. This is why I shouldn't be a mortician. Okay. I never said I was meant for the job. Only that the job called me. Look at me. I've mastered this. I mean, the things are in order. You know, I did it. Now I'm curious if I had chose, would I have had the choice to disregard? Although it acts like I don't have much choice. Really, I just follow the lead. Like, it tells me up here at the top what to do regardless. And if I don't do it, it just acts like I've made mistakes. Alas. Drain the organs. This is what the Egyptians taught me. All done. Mike will take care of Miss Rosie's makeup as well as dressing and putting her in the casket. She's no longer suffering. Yeah, she's in a better place. She was too good for this world. Okay, thanks, Aunt Sandy. I haven't cried since she died, not once. How is Anna crying and not me? I'm the one who lost a parent. Okay, that's not how that works, but alright. White sobs. Doesn't look like her at all. Where is Maria? She couldn't be here. She didn't want to see her mother's body. I mean, I don't blame her. Anyways, I'm pretty impressed with the food. Did you try the amaretti? What? March 3rd. Dun 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 dun. Okay, we're just doing once a month. Funeral rites, even in our own cultures, maybe be something many of us may be unfamiliar with. Death can be a difficult time for many people. I don't read newsletters, just to be clear. So the idea of just receiving one doesn't really interest me. Religious, different paths, dealing with death, etc., etc. Death Cafe. Come increase awareness of death with a view to help people make the most of their infinite lives. Oh. Rose and Daughters is the newest funeral home to join Hillside Heredity, proud serving 56 different places. Bronze funeral package, an intimate gathering and memorial for your loved ones. Best suitable groups of 25 to 50. Gold. Subject to additional fees, payment plans available. See everything at the Upside Down Jar next Thursday. Can't really write much right now. I have a lot to work. I have to do with an from the 1750. It's the oldest in our collection, and you can even see the bit of paper the surgeon put in after removing the hernia. Super cool. I'll send you the link when we have the catalog. What is my life? What is that sentence I just typed? But anyways, this event that I'm forwarding you is taking place near you. Figured you'd be into it. Might help you with the feelings of restlessness you were talking about before. Could be good to talk about some of these things you're feeling. Lots of death positive people there. Sounds like it'll be a safe place. Chad Grant. We are pleased to bring on Rose and Daughter as part of Hillside Heritage Incorporate. They will be another institution amongst hundreds of other properties owned across the country, but of course, as part of our adjustment process, there will be a number of changes that will come to Rose and Daughters. We will send out a memo regarding the specifics and the details that are changing. Glad to be leading the way. What the hell? Can I just say first off that this is bullcrap? Knowing how these corporations run, I wouldn't be surprised if they're monitoring our emails now. No, okay, I don't really believe that. I'm just upset. I get that Amy didn't have much of a choice. You can only fight a huge corporate taking all of your business for so long. This isn't 6 feet under. And they just swooped in, and now we have to deal with their BS practices. They're colder than the corpses I pick up from the morgues this morning. Who charges this much for funerals? It feels dirty and explorative. I know what the word is. Let's grab a drink after work. I need to blow off some steam, and emails aren't really the most appropriate place to do it. Too late for me, I guess. P.S. If you're reading this, Hillside Overlord, good. Thank you, Mr. Grant, for agreeing to take care of Jocelyn's cremation. The bike accident was, well, it was more than I was expecting. I know she wanted to be cremated, and to be honest, I don't think I can bear seeing her like that after what happened. Thank you. We'll lower the details for our next client. Ensure that you follow the request specifications. After you are done, I will review your work in order to properly evaluate you at the end of the month. I'll get right on it. She looks fine. I think she's fine. Prepare the body. We're gonna do that. Put that in there. Mrs. Ionesso is all set to be cremated. Press the button. Watch her slowly go into the thing. Look at me. I am such a good mortician. I know what I'm doing. Shift. Let's put you. The cute one up here. I'm trying to. I don't want to pick it up. All done. Should we do a visual? Careless driver, I swear to God. I'm glad I'm here, but wow, I just need a glass of wine and to binge watch something right now. I have to go through all of her things. How am I supposed to decide what to keep? If you need help, I can help. No, thanks. I mean, but no, I don't know. It's so intimate. Feels like I should do it myself. She would kill me if others saw the things we have. Yeah, she was kind of a closed book except for you. Yeah, she was special. So glad it was a cremation. I would have lost it seeing her body. She was always so careful, wore her helmet, signaled, used the bike lanes. Asshole drivers, they need to pay attention. Have you heard what happened to the driver? No, I haven't wanted to. I haven't wanted to ask Leah. This has been hard enough on them without asking about the legal ramifications of this all. Yeah, after all this, let's see what we can do to help them. Shouldn't deal with the death of their partner all by themselves. Dang, I missed the name in the email. It was Leah all along. It was me all along. March 24th. To appeal home funerals. Why do it? Keep the deceased body at home. Then I just saw a video of a gorilla walking on its hind legs like a human being, Charlie. A human being. We are a species. We, as a species, have seen the beginning of our end. Doctor. Okay. I've reviewed your request on behalf of potential families. Inquiry if we at Hillside can and will perform green burials. I should have informed you of this in the beginning, but we do not perform green funerals as they are not cost effective. All employees and subsidiaries must comply. We do not wish to lose potential customers, though, so do try your hardest to convince the families requesting green burials to instead choose a traditional burial package, complete with embalming, casket, and vaults instead. I trust you will ensure we will not lose any customers. Charlotte. I didn't even realize he just called her Charlotte up here. Hello, as stated in previous email, we here at the oh my gosh. I feel like maybe it's the color of the font. It's messing with my brain. Here are new rules and codes of conduct I expect you to follow from now on while on the premises belonging to Hillside. First and foremost, there is a required uniform and strict dress code from now on. Second, most importantly, is no tattoos are to be visible. If you have visible tattoos, ensure they are properly covered and hidden. When speaking with customers and clients, consider the opportunity to upsell, i.e. always encourage the deceased family's loved ones to purchase the higher quality packages. We find that encouraging loved ones to think of the comfort and style of the deceased as an experience with no price limit. Corporate. Charlie, I need a drink. Beer after work. P.S. Also, I really want mozzarella sticks. I can be both hungry and angry. And no, I will not say hangry ever. I am proud to announce that Hillside received a contract with the city to dispose of any unclaimed bodies. This is an important revenue stream for us, as I'm sure I don't need to explain to you, Charlotte. Although Hillside is being paid a decent wage from the city for these services, cremation is preferred here as it is the more cost-effective of the two options. The first unclaimed body we will be handling belongs to a middle-aged man, possibly homeless, whose body has yet to be claimed. No special preparations are needed for this cadaver aside from cremation. Got it. What if you had a pacemaker? Before we cremate, this gentleman will need to prepare his body. He doesn't seem to have any valuables on him that would be damaged during cremation, so let's not worry about identifying him. Place in the Set to be cremated. Gonna start doing multiples yet? Oh, I didn't. Shoot. Maybe I can check her emails again. I forgot to see if she had a special email. Yeah. I'll get there. Yeah. Okay. What if it exploded? What if he had a pacemaker? No? Matthew will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it along with some flowers. Will he, though? April 9th, 10:19. Cleaning my urns over here. My tattoos are visible. I'm gonna get in trouble for that. For the sake of the newsletter, let's call it water cremation. Water-based chemical process using strong alkali and water heated up. Basically works like sped up version of natural decomposition. The excess water gets put through the same water treatment process as any sewage water. Okay. I kissed her. Oh, dating a special effect makeup artist, and she is like the coolest person I've ever met in my life. She totally loves Ava's possessions and was equally freaked out by the possession scene, but so utterly delighted at the idea of a support group for people who have been possessed. That was your best recommendation in a while, Charlie. You were slipping there. I was getting worried you had lost your taste, but yeah. Her name is Lily, and she's super death positive and isn't freaked out by my work, and also isn't too into it like the last dude I saw. Jason? Michael? Gah, I can't remember. I just really like spending time around her. I can talk about whatever I want, and it's never a conversation stopper. She also totally gets what I mean when I say things like working with death and spending too much time thinking about death actually makes me happier. It makes everything else feel so much more worth it, you know? Memento mori, or whatever they taught us in that one poetry class we took. We just clicked. Feels good. Fun and affirming. Like dating should be. I'm thinking of taking her to Maple Meadows. She's super into roller coasters, and I think the idea of sharing cotton candy, or maybe not, I don't want to throw up on the rides, is sickeningly cute. Then maybe I'll kiss her on top of the Ferris wheel, but be super corny and cliche for once in my life. Anywho, enough about me. Enough about me for now. I'm still kind of in shock from your last email. Do you think you're going to do it? You know you have my support 100% no matter what you decide. Register a business. If you're interested in starting a funeral service business, you may need the following permits. Registration. I need more pages. I need more information, please. Charlie, it's official. I've put in my 2 weeks notice. You know how unhappy I am working for Mega Corporation 101. My skills, especially my driving ones, are useful in other professions. I'm not worried about myself, but you I am worried about. You're too good for this corporate scum. You actually care about the people you work with and for. Don't let them defeat you, okay? Matthew, P.S. I'll bring beers over next week. We can talk a bit more freely. From Chad, we are thrilled to announce that Hillside subsidiary just signed a contract with Morning Bell Hospital, allowing us access to all the cadavers that come through their pediatric and maternity wards. We're excited for the opportunity to work with Morningvale Hospital, which intakes over 100,000 patients and receives over 15 million in funding and donations annually. This will no doubt be a boom in Hillside heritage, bright and sustained future. Dear Mr. Grant, regarding the last time we spoke, my daughter and I would still prefer to host a home funeral ourselves and keep my wife here until she's ready to be buried. I just want to make sure she's taken care of. Her heart attack was so sudden. We don't know what to do. We just want to make sure she has a proper send-off. I understand your desire to keep your wife at home, but I assure you the best way to honor your wife is through a traditional funeral package instead. You and your daughter are going through a hard time right now. Let us at Rose and Daughters make the difficult times easier. Okay, we'll take the additional package. Thank you for considering us in these hard times. Can I just leave? I don't wanna. I want more options. I'm used to multiple options. The deceased family has asked for an open casket. Let's start by cleaning the body. This thing, more tubing through our machine. Massage the body so that the bad blood goes out. Massage the body. All the stuff out of the organs, drain them. All done. I mean, her outfit changes, so it's hard to say like how much time has gone between this and that. It's so cold in here. I think they have the air conditioning on too high. Yeah, let's go for a walk later. It's really nice out. It would be good to stretch my legs. I'm starving. Why does this thing always make me so hungry? You're always hungry. This feels so impersonal. She would have hated this. Yeah, but I don't know. They must have had their reasons. Oh, hey, what do you think of the trailer I sent you? Oh yeah, I heard that show is good. I saw the video of one kid actor doing karate. Do you think we did the right thing? I feel so bad not doing what Mom asked for. I know, honey, but what that Chad guy said seemed right. We don't want to dishonor her memory by letting her rot. Yeah, I just want Mom to know I love her. Wish I hadn't yelled at her before. It's okay. She knew you loved her. Fights happen. Please don't be hard on yourself. Yeah, I'm just gonna miss her. Me too. Alrighty, well. August 30th. It's almost been a year, girl. Get out. She did. She got out. Look at her. Charlie, dear, I'm so proud of you. I knew there was something special in you when I hired you for Rosendaughter. If there's anything I can do for you, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm always happy to help. Magnolia Forest Funeral Home and Natural Burial Packages. Home funeral, $1,000 all inclusive, green burial and service, 2250 for adults all inclusive, direct cremation 600. Infants are buried at no charge. We can provide a 3x3 plot and help opening and closing the grave. We believe in being transparent about our prices and practices. We're happy to explain all of our prices, work within your budget, and hope to make you feel comfortable. Magnolia Forest, named after the magnolia trees that surround the funeral home, specialize at in-home funerals and green burials in our natural burial park. Our natural burial park allows the bodies to return to the earth. You never believe what new job I am working for now. Open this email to find out. When I first became a hearse driver, I was told that my most important job wasn't steering, it was sympathizing. I respectfully disagree, and thankfully, I concentrated on my driving skills since I was working as a, wait for it, bus driver, a school bus driver. Charlie, can you believe that? Pretty sure if I said that most important part of my job now wasn't steering, I'd be fired immediately. I didn't know how else to tell you. For some reason, I was worried you'd think less of me, but I don't know why. You've never been the judgmental kind. And besides, corpses are way easier to deal with than children. Screaming children, might I add. I actually love it. These kids can be pretty cute, but don't tell Amy that I told you that. She was always harping on me for not having any kids and for being all cynical about that. Congrats to your business, Charlie. I'm proud of you. I'll swing by your new place one day and show you my new wills. Maybe we can grab a bite to eat. Charlie, I am so happy for you. I know I've been a rough year for you. Seriously, I think our wine intake saw a bazillion % increase, but you've stuck through it all like a champ. You deserve this. Finally, being your own boss is a great move for you. No more having to explain anything you don't want to. I'm trying to not be too cheesy right now. Can't wait to be home next week for our visit and to check out your new space. Always, Jen. P.S. Have you heard about this green burial pods? When I find the link in my 1 million open tabs, I'll shoot it over to you. Elaine Hansen. Today's the day already, isn't it? I can't believe how quick this has come up. Thank you for your understanding and for your work. You've made today easier already. See you at 1 p.m. Best. Oh. This hurts. Achievement unlocked, Chatty Charlie. Was I not supposed to talk to people? This hurts. I thought it'd be easier, but it's not. It hurts so much, but thank you for helping me give her the funeral she always wanted. I think we're ready to get started now. Rest in peace, achievement unlocked. Mortician's Tale. Created by Gabby Durer. I can't, sorry, I'm so sorry. Andrew. Special thanks to the Order of the Good Death, and the Maiden, Caitlin Dowdy, Sarah Chavez, Sarah Wombold, Amber, Adam, Ben, Nina, Madeline, Kara, Greg, Matt, Rebecca, Owen, Ben, Will, Jonathan, Nicola, Pets, Meredith, Bastion B, Future, Luna, and Tyler. Made using Unity and Fmod. Made possible with support from Ontario Arts Counseling. memory of Elaine, Emile, and thank you for playing. That was a cute little story. It's pretty close to what I pictured since I saw photos of it. Nice. Let's see. Woohoo! It's way darker because this is not as bright. So anyways, despite my nose starting to run in the middle of it and continuing to do so until now, because why wouldn't it be? I've been like on a fun little roller coaster of having like the sniffles and like a sore throat for like 3 weeks, it feels like. But I added a new thing to my list of problems. I went to a concert on Thursday and saw Corey Taylor, and the very next day I was putting up decorations in my house. So I don't know if it was the concert or the decorations or amalgamation of the two, but like my knee started hurting really bad, and I've been limping for 2 days, which is my bad knee that had surgery on. So hopefully it'll end soon. We'll see. But I will be back. Fun times, because I've spent a month preparing for this. So I will be streaming again on Tuesday. I'll be streaming in the morning. It'll start at 10 a.m. my time. I am in Phoenix, Arizona, so math, I don't know what time that's going to equal for everybody else, but I will have a stream starting on that day. I'm supposed to be doing Little Nightmares unless it changes. I don't think it's going to change, but it might, just because it's on the Xbox, not on Game Pass, so I might have to bring either my lovely Xbox in here and actually set it up in here. I'm going to see if I'm going to stream it dark. It might be too bright at 10 a.m. here, but because the sun seeps in through this, so it might not be as dark. Might be. But I'm looking forward to it because I want to get ready for Little Nightmares 3, and I never beat Little Nightmares 2. I played about halfway through it and didn't complete it. I was also curious if I could try to play Very Little Nightmares, which I've never played, which is on the phone. But Little Nightmares 1 is going to be on Tuesday, and then Wednesday I'm going to be playing Death's Door, which if I don't beat that one in one stream, I'm going to play it again on Friday. But if I do beat it on one stream on Friday, I'm going to play Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I have 13 games planned for October, so I'm hoping I play all of them. But who knows? The world is vast and things change all the time, but I'm really excited to try and actually have a consistent stream. I also have something planned, very fun, on Saturday with a few of my friends. We are going to play Monster Prom together, so there'll be additional people in my chat for the, on my channel for the first time. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm really excited because we finally got the chat feature working correctly. I was just silly, and all I had to do was sign into the actual website, not the actual Streamlabs, to fix it. And so, but yeah, this is the first day of Halloween. Thank you so much for joining me. I do not stream regularly, but I will be back on Tuesday. So if you're watching this on YouTube and it is still the month of October 2023, you can visit me on Twitch multiple times this month to see me streaming. I also just made an Instagram. Specifically for my streams. So it is psy.bunny, so psy.bunnie, and it will actually list my weekly schedule, because I can't do a weekly schedule on here unless it's actually like every week, but this is just going to be whatever happening that day. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely time, and I will see you again soon. Bye!